versus Wales. A lot riding on this match, and Heineken Meyer not changing the core of his team that played against the USA in those last of the pool matches. So a bit of rhythm, I would say, going into the match tomorrow for the side.
Heineken Meyer keeping the momentum, keeping that core of the team that did extremely well against the United States. I think he doesn't want to break the rhythm going into the quarterfinals against Wales. He knows that it will be a tough match against Wales, although Wales were defeated by Australia in the last match, group match. So I think Heineken Meyer is quite wary, and he wants to go all out to make sure that South Africa does qualify for the semi-finals. I think it's going to be a highly competitive match. Looking that the last time that South Africa played Wales last year, Wales actually won that match when Jean de Villiers was injured there, getting that knee injury. So I think that Heineken Meyer, he's tactically, I think he will maybe keep the same tactics that he's been applying throughout the tournament. So I think tomorrow it will be a highly competitive match, looking at how Wales have also played. They only lost the last group match against Australia. So I think it will be a highly competitive match. Yeah, and they did have a tough time against Australia last weekend. So looking at them, and they've got a few injury concerns, don't they? They have a few injury concerns, and I think it's key players that maybe would be an advantage for the Springboks, or it might work to their disadvantage, having other players coming in, not knowing exactly how they'll be able to gel with their other teammates. So I think that the South Africans need to read the game as soon as it kicks off, so that they can be able to apply the tactics. If they have a plan B, be able to apply it should that plan A not work. So for Wales, I think it's going to be a tough one, especially considering the injuries as you mentioned. Well, I'm highly optimistic. My money is definitely on the Springboks to take that tomorrow. But other matches to look out for: New Zealand versus France, Ireland versus Argentina. Those are going to be two very interesting games. Who would you put your money on, Lebo? Look, New Zealand are the top-ranked team, coming against a France team that has been struggling. I mean, the All Blacks as well. They've been struggling at the scrums. So tomorrow, I think that match as well will be a tight one. Looking that the All Blacks have not been able to win convincingly against weaker teams in the tournament. But again, we know that France are a team that always steps up when it matters most. So I think that Steve Hansen will be a bit cautious, and will be able to motivate the players, his players, to ensure that they don't take France lightly. France, on the other hand, as well, they'd want to improve the performance of the tournament, not doing really well, but then they find themselves in the quarterfinals. So against that one, New Zealand, exactly. So I think that one, and it's two rugby countries, that are competitive. So I think it will be an interesting one, an exciting one between New Zealand and France. Well, I certainly hope that France beats New Zealand. But as for Argentina and Ireland, who would you put your money on there? Look, I think I'd go for Argentina. Argentina is a country that has improved over the years. They've been putting up strong challenges. It's not an easy team to beat. Not taking anything away from Ireland as well, but I think I'd put my money on Argentina. All right, okay, so let's move on now to Bafana Bafana, a second-string side, so not the side that beat Costa Rica. They're going to be facing a full-strength Angolan side. What are the ramifications with this match? Look, I think Bafana, I don't think they're taking this match lightly, but as compared to Angola, I think Angola are taking this match extremely seriously. The CHAN tournament over the years has grown, has become extremely competitive. We know that when it started in Sudan, nobody actually took note of the tournament. But last year when South Africa actually hosted the tournament, we could see how competitive it was. South Africa being knocked out in the group stages as the host country. So I think Angola, are taking this one seriously as well. They brought a full-strength team, preparing the team for the World Cup qualifier against the very same South African team. And I think that in the World Cup qualifier, we'll find that most of the players will be the players that played against Costa Rica and Honduras. The fringe players that South Africa selected, I think it wasn't really, somehow I don't think it was by choice because of the friendlies away. But as well, the team selected, I think some of the players are regulars in their teams. So I think that they'll be able to put up a good performance against Angola. It is a must-win for South Africa, because they don't know what will happen in Angola next week. And then that, of course, affects the local matches, so not as many PSL matches taking place this weekend. And then, obviously, also to look forward to, we've got the cricket on Sunday. We're all square with India at the moment, but looking forward to that next one day coming up on Sunday. Lebo, Dube, thank you very much for coming in and giving us a wrap of our weekend sports. And good luck to the Springboks for tomorrow. Here's hoping that they beat Wales.